Hey guys, I'm currently unemployed right now, but are you curious as to how unemployment works? Someone please say something. I don't know, I needed an intro here, but this is what we're getting. Welcome to my bedroom! COVID-19 was a very, very detrimental virus that wiped out millions of lives all across the globe. In America, it did a lot of damage toward the labor market, where unemployment hit a whopping 14.8%, the highest it's probably ever been. Peep this chart.
Nobody there.
Target demographic groups were by far the most affected in terms of unemployment, where we saw unemployment rates skyrocket from people of color or poverty-stricken individuals who had no other way or means of income. Because we physically couldn't work in public areas for money, we saw a huge insurgence of remote work, which means working from home, kind of like what we're doing right now. A few things to cover before we get into the nitty-gritty of this presentation is a few topic basics. Unemployment, or the concept of employment itself, is basically holding a full or part-time job or any means of earning income. Potential workers, meaning individuals who are capable of holding a job. These include people of the age of 16 and older. Out of all those people, they can't be within the military and they are currently not institutionalized. Labor force, which is the sum of the employed and unemployment who are actively seeking employment. Wow, that was redundant. And aggregate labor market, which is the total of the supply and demand for labor. Duh. Looking at the labor force, we are looking at people who are employed, unemployed, and then there's a little level underneath called discouraged workers. They are workers who actively want a job, but are not actively looking enough because they simply gave up. If you have not sought work within 4 weeks, you are technically considered a discouraged worker. Like me. It's getting hard out here, guys. That begs the question, why have discouraged groups simply given up looking for jobs? Well, there are 3 things I do want to talk about. Jobs are demanding so much from us nowadays. Like, entry-level jobs have stopped being entry-level. Like, they started asking for years of experience, internships prior, and they're asking for a lot of experience, which defeats the whole purpose of calling them entry-level jobs, because they're supposed to be the baseline of where we get our experiences from, but they're seeing like a lot of high demands are also including knowledge with AI. Personally, I'm not for it. I try not to look into AI generation for work, but a lot of jobs are starting to implement AI within like their work frame, and they're starting to ask people to have some AI knowledge. Last but not least, I dubbed the kimchi fermentation mentality. It's a term that I made up, but essentially it means that jobs are looking for people who have been in the workforce for a long time, they have plenty of experience and stuff like that. Pretty much ties to what entry-level jobs are looking for, but they really want to prioritize people who have been through work because they want the most fermented of the bunch. Number 2, lack of labor. The aggregate labor market is skewed in the sense that there's more demand for jobs than we can supply. Jobs are also discriminating against age in a sense that the younger generation are simply negatively affected by the lack of jobs. You know what's happening in this world, right? I don't have to explain any of that, but that's also why there's fluctuations in the job market. I guess I can bring one example into this. It would be the Hyundai plant ice raid, where a bunch of people from South Korea came to America to help make Hyundai cars, and then ICE raided them and simply took like a lot of their working staff back, which meant keep this chart where you can see the fluctuations of the job market within the past few months, but they're also caused by you know who. Job market in itself is evolving. They're prioritizing people who have several hard skills because, you know, that means they know a lot more when how to do the job. For example, if I were to look for a job in UX UI, I would obviously need experience with software like Figma. They also want Adobe knowledge and simply anything that can help build a website or make it look good. Some skill sets that we're learning nowadays are just simply outdated, especially when our generation is headed towards a more futuristic and unfortunately AI-y future. Jobs are using AI to help fulfill their responsibilities, and honestly, it's not a good look because that's part in why some of the people can't really find jobs, because most businesses are looking for AI to do it for them without pay. So with all variables combined, you might be thinking, how the hell do I get a job? And first I'm gonna explain it to you, but before that, I want to cut to a interview session that I did with a bunch of random people. And by that, I mean I just conveniently ran up to my friends in Village. Cut to the chase.
Get up.
Can I ask you like 3 questions?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, do you have a job?
Currently, yes.
Okay, how long have you had it for?
I had it since November of last year.
How did you get the job?
Through a friend.
Can I ask you a few questions actually while I'm here?
Yes.
Number 1, are you employed?
No.
Okay, how long have you been unemployed for?
5 months.
And have you actively been seeking for a job in the past 4 weeks?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Interview. Somebody, anybody.
Yes.
Do you have a job?
A student worker job, if that counts.
Sure, okay, we'll take that. How long have you had it for?
A year.
And how did you get it?
I walked past the office and I knew the guy, so they talked to me. They're like, yo, if you have work study, we can hire you. So now I only work like 3 hours every week because my work study went out so well.
I think I'm starting to see a theme here, guys. Hi. Can I bother at least one of you guys?
Borrow or bother?
Bother. Hey. Number 1, do you have a job?
No.
How long have you not had a job for?
Since birth on.
No? Like 2 years.
And have you actively been seeking for a job within the past 4 weeks?
Yes.
I know, it's rough out here. Okay, thanks guys.
I think we can sense how to get a job. I mean, if it's one thing you still need to know, it's have connections. I mean, look at the people that had jobs. They got a job and were able to keep it because they had connections with people. Like, they knew people. Another key thing from psychology is the foot in the door technique, which means if you put your foot in, businesses are going to see that you exist at the very least. And then when the door opens a little bit, bring in as much as you can. And of course, network. I don't have to explain it. Everybody knows it. Just talk to people, get your name out there. Yeah, if you really, really want to fight for a job, you gotta have competition on your belt. This is something that I've been taught in psychology, but when you have a resume, you want it to be filled as much as possible with relevant information. If people see like blank spots on your resume, they're not gonna hire you. They're not gonna hire you at all. They're just gonna like toss your resume to the side. With the skills that you currently have, be the very best you can. Learn as much as you can of your skills and make sure that you are a very, very capable person. That's all I got. Questions? Resources? Just trust me.